Hey guys, it's Bassima, remote work and productivity coach. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you my top tips for a stress-free morning working remotely. If you're new to the world of working online, or because of COVID, your work from home routine completely went out the window, then this video will be super helpful for you. When I started working remotely, I would oftentimes find myself starting something and then leaving it halfway and just never feeling like things were getting done. At the same time, I was overestimating how much I could actually do throughout the day. You tend to just pile on task after task on your to-do list, and it's so easy to find yourself at the end of the day feeling like you didn't get much done. What I realized I was missing from my schedule was a stress-free morning routine that would put me in that right headspace. If you like this video, then hit that like and subscribe button down below. On this channel, we talk all things career transitions, remote work, and productivity. The first thing that I love to do in a stress-free morning routine is to wake up at least 30 minutes before I start work. And so if you're like me, then you probably have varying starting times every day of work. Let's say my working day starts at 6 a.m., then I like to wake up at 5:30. I used to wake up only 15 minutes before starting work, but I realized that I didn't feel like I was in a calm state. A lot of the things I was doing felt rushed. And so I really like to have that half an hour period where I transition slowly into work and get into that right headspace. If you're feeling like your mornings feel a little rushed from the time you wake up to the time you get started working, then definitely increase that period. I didn't increase by much. It was just an extra 15 minutes earlier that I was waking up, but it did make a world of a difference for me. Next thing you want to do is to start with something you enjoy. I talk a lot about this on my channel because I really do think it's super important to just remind you that mornings are great, especially if you feel like you're not a morning person. What I've started doing is just listening to something really positive, uplifting, and empowering, as well drinking water, making a coffee really works well for me in the morning. And on the flip side, if I feel like I woke up super groggy and unproductive, then what I like to do then is to purposefully journal. I don't journal every day, but I do journal if I'm feeling like I'm already in a headspace where I feel like I'm going to be lazy for the rest of the day, or I don't feel like the day is going to be a good one. That's where I like to bring in journaling and just let out my thoughts so that I could still make the best of my day, even though I didn't necessarily wake up in a great mood. At the same time, I want to remind myself, why is what I'm doing important for me? My goal every day is to inspire and empower others and myself. As long as I keep that in mind, even if something had thrown me off in the morning or I wasn't in the mood to do work, then this usually helps me find my groove again. The next thing I like to do is just to connect with someone in the morning. This usually puts me in a good light mood and I just feel super positive about the day. So you can connect with your partner, your roommate, your pets, your kids, whoever it is that you have in your life that you'd like to connect to. Just taking a little time in the morning to connect with them, and it just makes me feel super positive and excited about the day. The fourth thing I like to do is where you're actually going to start to plan out your day. So you really want to make sure that you're mentally prepared and you know exactly where you want to be focusing your energy. Why this is important in remote work is because the day can completely escape you. And it's so easy to find yourself at the end of the day just feeling like you either did nothing at all, or even if you were at your desk all day, you still didn't feel productive. The way I like to approach this so that it feels more stress-free is dividing my life into 3 sections. The first section I have will be related to work, business. The second category will be physical and mental health. And then I have the third category, which is related to house tasks. For house tasks, it just pretty much is a to-do list. My work goals, my mental and physical health goals are related to bigger objectives. So it's not just going to be something that I'm just going to scratch off for the day. It's usually related to an objective that I've set 3 months down the line. So I do like to set quarterly goals. That works really well with helping me stay focused without feeling super overwhelmed. I'll set around 1 to 3 quarterly goals, and from there, that's where I'll list out the tasks that I have to do for that day, always keeping in mind that it's going to contribute to my quarterly goal. Now, I did say earlier that I do like to listen to something super inspiring and motivating before starting my day, but when I actually write out my goals, I make sure that that's done in silence, just so that I can tap into what my goals are and make sure that it's not influenced by outside noise. Next thing that helps me really maintain a stress-free morning routine, especially if your work involves some type of client work, this requires a lot of focus and energy and can be draining after. I like to make sure that I can do something right after those sessions that's going to help give me a boost of energy, because oftentimes when I'm done that first chunk of work in the morning, I'll just feel that tendency to relax, but I'm gonna end up losing out on the rest of the day and I'm not gonna feel like I made the most of my day. So it really requires me to get honest with myself that I'm not actually tired after those sessions. I just need to do something to boost my energy again. So this is where I like to do a light workout. I have a couple of suggestions that I'll leave below. I really like to do any type of light workout or go out for a walk. Just do something that's gonna help me regain that energy and not feel like I'm diverting from work and just telling myself that I'm tired and coming up with excuses when I know that I'm actually not. So if this is you, then I definitely recommend starting to include something that can help boost your energy after the first chunk of work that you do earlier on in the day. The next thing that I like to do, which I would argue is the most important tip out of all these tips I'm sharing with you today, is to not check social media or emails in the morning. I know this can be super challenging. You're going to notice how much of a difference it's going to make for you if instead of as soon as you wake up, checking your phone, checking social media, or checking your emails, instead of doing that you actually transition slowly into work. So really taking that time to make sure you're in the proper headspace for the day ahead of you. It's really going to help you manage your stress levels and also help you have a more productive day. So I definitely encourage you to not check your emails and social media right away if you haven't started doing so yet. I hope you found these tips helpful so that you can start having a more stress-free morning routine while working remotely. I know this was one of the biggest things that I struggled with when I started remote work. I was either super stressed out because I had a lot to do, or I was stressing out over the fact that I wasn't doing enough. Whichever way I was looking at it, I always just felt stressed. And the whole point of why I entered into the world of remote work was so that I can get more time freedom, I can feel more in control of my schedule, and it's important to remind yourself that you are in control of your time and energy, and you can start to incorporate things within your schedule that can help you manage your stress levels so that you can start to enjoy remote work, enjoy the benefits of it, because after all, that's the reason you entered this world in the first place. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a happy, healthy, and productive week. See you next time.